Hello everyone, this is Shadi Rais from SCAI 2024 scientific session in Long Beach. I'm very privileged to be with Dr. Sahil Parikh, who is the late breaker presenter at SCAI 2024. Sahil, thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Shadi. It's great to be here.
Congratulations for the trial. I mean, this is another late breaker at SCAI. So tell us about this analysis of disparity in the pulmonary embolism management, because becoming more often used catheter-based.
That's right.
So let's walk through it.
Yeah, so the study that we're presenting today is really a subgroup analysis of the Real PE study. The Real PE was a novel approach at a big data way to look at data in pulmonary embolism. So the Truveta database is an aggregated database of electronic health records of over 100 million patients in the United States. So the approach is to mine those data and identify patients first with high-risk pulmonary embolism, and then of those, see how many were treated with catheter-based therapy, either with the Inari FlowTriever or with the ultrasound-assisted catheter-directed thrombolysis catheter, the ECOS catheter.
Okay.
So using unique device identifier codes, or UDI codes, we could identify who received those treatments out of the total population. So of those health records over a 5-year window from 2018 to 2023, 400,000 high-risk PEs were diagnosed of these 104 million health records.
Oh.
Of those, only surprisingly 0.5% roughly were treated with either FlowTriever or ECOS.
Oh, small.
So relatively small percentage, which means that there's probably some undertreatment. So that's the first take home, that it seems like it's a very common diagnosis, but often disparate treatments, and now still predominantly medical therapy. The next thing that we found was that when we looked at the patients that were being treated, in terms of those who actually received an invasive therapy, not surprisingly, I guess, but unfortunately, more white patients received mechanical therapies for PE than black patients, and more men than women. Trends that unfortunately we've seen in other cardiovascular data sets, but this is really a different approach that's showing really real-world data in an unvarnished, unbiased kind of a as-it-is format.
So you started at 0.5%. This is over the course of the study. But how about the trend? Is it an increased utilization?
Yeah, the trends were actually surprisingly flat. And interestingly, we're digging into the data to see if it's about access, or if it's about geography, or if it's about something about the patients. All of those things are to follow. But these are sort of the top line results. Other things that were sort of interesting in the Real PE study really focused on safety events, bleeding specifically. And what we found was that there was more bleeding in women than men, and that there was more bleeding, interestingly, in white patients than black patients in the study cohort. And so, again, these are really all hypothesis generating, but they allow us to, again, get an unvarnished look at real data and see if there's anything in it. So linear regression and multiple regressions are being done with the data to see if there's any key sort of determinants of these outcomes. And we look forward to sort of more opportunity using this approach to get sort of unfettered access to real clinical health records to understand better what are the trends, like you pointed out, and what are the sort of outcomes that are occurring.
So just, I don't know, maybe this question is hypothesis generating, as they say, is do you think that there is the understanding of the indication of the catheter-based therapy is very variable?
Yeah, I think, well, that's part of it. I think that it suggests that it's not widely available because people aren't being offered treatment. And when they are being offered treatment, it seems to be differential for reasons that we don't really understand. So we're hoping that this will at least open people's eyes to some of these disparities that exist, and that we need to do better, just as we are in other areas, at providing access to care to everybody.
No, absolutely. So this is like scratching the surface to see what's the problem.
That's right.
And that's a special population and problem. Well, Dr. Parikh, thanks so much. Congratulations for late breaker again. Watch these videos and others on SCAI TV 2024. This is Shadi Rais from Long Beach. Parikh, thank you so much.